I'm Teresa Anderson. I marched tuba with Watchmen in 2017 and Pacific Crest from 2018 up to now, then my age out. I'm really excited to be on the season finale with Russ and get to talk about all of our special connections and every season that we've done together.
Hi everyone, Russ Tanakaya here with this week's edition of Inside the Shot. I'm so excited to wrap the series with one of my favorite drum corps performers. I've known her family for many years. Her older sister is the Pacific Crest mellophone soloist, and her parents are extreme musical supporters. Mom is band booster president and show chairman, and Dad is the guy pushing those giant props through the parking lot after the show. So it's so good to see this family always involved, and I love seeing them in the stands when we're performing. So I am so pleased this week to have as our guest a young lady that I met when she was still in high school. I didn't realize it at the time. I knew that there was another Anderson sister heading for Pacific Crest, but I didn't know that she was this multi-talented and anything about her till her sister invited me to a drumline show one evening after Pacific Crest practice. So let's go inside the shot and take a look at that. Yes, I remember this show specifically because, I don't know, I know that this hairdo thing is a thing now. There you go. But I didn't realize they do all of these different intricate patterns, and I got a feeling that there's some symbolism behind that and part of the show. And I'd like to hear about that.
Yes, so I've had my hair cut like this since I was a sophomore, so it's been a really long time. And for that show, it was called The Harvest, and that was my senior year. And that show is just kind of about going through life through the view of growing your crops and growing plants. And I thought that doing something that was like a flower or some type of little plant-like thing would kind of match a little bit, and it turned out perfectly. And I loved it. It matched really, really well.
Well, that's fantastic. And I thought that haircut was because you play the tuba.
Yep.
And I thought at first it was because that's the side where your instrument is, but I don't think I really got that part. So let's go inside some more shots and see. So this was your first year at Pacific Crest, and coincidentally was the 25th anniversary, the Silver Jubilee for the Corps. They had a special show, and these two shots, I think, were taken at the end of performances. It seemed at that point of the show, you're kind of going through some emotions yourself. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, kind of what I was feeling through all of that was just the mix of kind of everything you can imagine, because it was a happy show, so I was really happy, but it was just kind of those emotions where you can't believe you did it, and you're just like sad it's over, but you're excited that you did it. And being one of the very few females on the line, it kind of gave me that chance to prove that I could do it, and even prove to myself that I could do it. So through the jumbles of the happy and the sad, there's also the confidence and the pursuing that I can do anything that I wanted to try to do. And doing my first world-class tour kind of proved that. So it was a lot.
Well, that show was entitled Here's to the Ones Who Dream, right?
Yes.
And it's symbolic because we were celebrating 25 years of world-class drum corps, and we were also celebrating the alumni that had come before you, and we're the dreamers, right? And you're now part of that, so congratulations. It was a great show. I loved it. I don't think the judges loved it, but I did.
It was a fun time. It was a really exciting show, and it was a really fun show to get to have for my first year in world class.
Great. Let's go inside the next show. So this, I can tell by the background, is the Rose Bowl. And I have a feeling that shot was taken during the encore because it's Pacific Crest home show, so they get to play the encore. And when there are that many alumni in the stands and they're screaming their brains out for everything Pacific Crest that night, that's got to be a special feeling.
It definitely is, and it's one of my home shows, kind of, but it's one that's really special just because so many people do come out and people that I know come out. So it's getting to perform for the alumni, but also one of my chances to perform for all the people that I know. And even some of the people that maybe didn't think I could do it, or the ones that came and saw me do it. So it was my chance to kind of be like, see, here I am. I'm here. I'm doing it. And in the Rose Bowl, too.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. That was a great show, too, I thought. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at the last shot. All right. And this to me is the shot that says, yeah, I'm here. That's after the last performance of Everglow in 2019. And it's kind of tradition, right, that the tuba guys and gals stand in front of Lucas Oil Stadium and give that horn one last hoist.
Yes, and it's kind of scary at the time because we just finished performing and we have all this adrenaline, but we're also kind of nervous that we don't want to drop it. But it's kind of the thing to see, we did it, we finished it, here we are. And for some of the people that are walking by, seeing me, one of the smallest in the section, just holding it up, I get many looks of, does she actually play that thing? And yeah, surrounded by all these guys that are a foot taller than me, like super buffed, really big, and then there's just me. But I'm doing it, so it's a fun tradition to get to.
There you are. And truth be told, I have a shot. I didn't bring it today, but I have a shot where you were holding two tubas. But I didn't really want to give Pacific Crest Stuart Pompell a heart attack when he saw the episode, so I thought we might not put that on the air.
Yeah, that one was a little bit more frightening than just doing the one.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.
And before we go on to the final shot, I have had a blast hosting the series for this handful of episodes. And I think it's appropriate that the last Inside the Shot with Russ wraps with Teresa Anderson, because she's one of my favorite performers, and I've known her family for a very long time. And truth be told, Teresa's got the big hair. She plays the biggest horn, but her best attribute is she has the biggest heart. And this is a behind the scenes Inside the Shot of something that probably not very many people have seen, heard, or know about that happens in drum corps. In 2019 at the Atlanta DCI regional show, I was on my way to the stadium and I got a text from Teresa and cymbal player Amy Lupshaw, who's above my shoulder right here. And it said, "Hey Russ, before you go in the stadium, could you stop by? We want to show you something." And, I thought they were going to show me some new prop or something like that. But, as I got close to them in the lot that day, they were all kind of bent over, showing their shoulders. And most of you know that a DCI tradition, kind of the last couple of weeks of the season, is they all do that Sharpie tattoo on their shoulder, and it has a number on it. And that's significant of the countdown to the end of the season. For some, it's the end of their careers, their performance careers. And for everybody else, it's kind of the wrap to the season, probably the hardest thing they've ever done in their life. And so it's kind of a tradition that everybody kind of shares in that. But on that day in Atlanta, as I got close, I saw it wasn't just the normal tattoo. It is a tattoo that shows the Pacific Crest wave, which is their logo. And it has the initials LT. And those are the initials for my daughter. And they put those tattoos on in remembrance of her. And I got to tell you, that shook me, and it's shaken me today. And I thank you for it. You are a great person. I've enjoyed watching you from high school to the badass tuba player you are today. So congratulations. Thank you. I love you.
It was something we really wanted to plan, and to be able to get her out there with us and to give her the chance to perform in every section. And we made it a big thing, and everybody wanted to do it. And even in 2020, when we didn't have any shows, all the members, a good amount of them, sent me pictures of them on the day that, I believe the day that we would have had the Atlanta Regional. We did plan the day, and everybody sent in pictures to just continue that tradition.
That's very nice. And the Atlanta show is the only show that I get to see Pacific Crest on the field during the year. Through every other show during the year, I'm on the field for Drum Corps World taking pictures. And so I never get to see the show until that day. And so it's a very special day for me. And I really thank you for that, because that's an incredible gesture by a lot of people. And thank you for organizing it. And before I leave, Rich Anderson, I know you are always giving me a bad time, but I just got to show you, buddy, I have my coin and you got the next round. Thank you, everyone.
Well, thank you, Russ, so much for letting me be on Inside the Shot. And I know everybody else that was in all the other episodes, thanks you so much too. We're always so grateful to see you, whether it's during rehearsal or even during a show. And you're that smile that we get to see that's not always there, but is always a kind smile. And we're always so grateful to see you every single day. And I wear my little turtle that you gave me every single day, and I hold it really close because it really means a lot. And I'm so glad that you've been with me since I've been in high school and have been with me for almost every single year of my drum corps career. And I can't wait to see everything else that you get into and what we can possibly do in the future. So thank you for me, and thank you from everybody else for letting us go inside the shop.